Welcome everyone to the Hua Sect Recap channel. If you enjoy the content, please give it a like, share it, and don't forget to hit the notification bell to get the latest and earliest chapters. Continuing the storyline from the previous chapter, Sword Empress suddenly declared that she would accompany Yang Tian and Lian Hua back to Qinra. Lian Hua's eyes widened. "Master, are you really coming with me?" Sword Empress gave a gentle smile. "Yes, I have business at the Yang family. Since it's on the way, I also want to hear Yang Tian's heartfelt wishes." Hearing those words, Yang Tian, standing nearby, was taken aback. His mouth fell open, his eyes brimming with disbelief. "Wait a moment, isn't Sword Empress supposed to be guarding Huashan?" Sword Empress let out a soft chuckle. "Guarding? I've been the one cared for by everyone all this time. Why would you say that?" Yang Tian shook his head in exasperation. Still reeling from the shock, he furrowed his brow and pressed on. "But just a moment ago, this girl Lian Hua was adamant about not wanting to go." Lian Hua immediately turned, her eyes blazing with pride. "That was before. Now that Master has agreed to come, I'd follow to the ends of the earth." The sudden shift left Yang Tian dumbfounded. He stared at her and shouted, "Hey, you little brat, how can you change your tune so quickly?" Lian Hua shrugged, flashing a mischievous grin. "My choice. With Master here, everything's fine. Weren't you here to take me back? Just do your job properly." At that moment, hurried footsteps echoed from afar. A clear voice broke the atmosphere. "Big sister." Shui Na appeared, her face full of astonishment, sweat beading on her forehead, cheeks flushed, and breath ragged from a long journey and grueling training. Before she could steady herself, a warm voice drew everyone's attention. "So, you're the one who saved Lian Hua?" Sword Empress stepped forward, her eyes shining like a tranquil lake. Young Lady Namgung, flustered, hadn't yet responded when Sword Empress gently took her hand. "I've always wanted to thank you. Truly, I'm deeply grateful." Sword Empress's sincere tone made young Lady Namgung blush, her cheeks glowing like peach blossoms. Her eyes lowered, unsure where to hide her shyness. Sword Empress smiled and continued, "Lian Hua has told me so much about you. She said there's a beautiful big sister who always protects and helps her. Indeed, your radiance is stunning." The heartfelt praise left young Lady Namgung even more embarrassed, her face as red as blooming flowers. Her head bowed, stammering, "Why am I so shy? Is it because of the praise?" Yang Tian, watching from behind, remained calm but found young Lady Namgoang's reaction puzzling. Suddenly, Sword Empress turned to him with a playful tone. "By the way, I heard you're Yang Tian's fiancé, right? Both of you have kind hearts, you'll surely make a perfect pair." Her words froze the air. Young Lady Namgung stood stunned, her eyes wide, her face burning as if steaming. Yang Tian nearly choked, unable to believe his ears. "What?" he blurted, his voice cracking in shock. "How does Sword Empress know about the engagement?" Nearby, Shui Na, who had been standing silently like a shadow, suddenly noticed something. Her eyes widened in panic, as if she'd seen something strange. "Big sister." It was the spiritual aura of Shui Na from her past life, her face brimming with excitement and joy. "Shush, let's go practice some more. We should wrap up what happened earlier properly. Right?" Shui Na, thrilled, nodded eagerly, her face alight with enthusiasm as she ran off. "Yes, all right." Yang Tian watched, bewildered, muttering, "Hey, where are you running off to?" Lian Hua then turned to Sword Empress with cautious eyes. "Master, the fire festival is coming up. Can we wait until after the festival to set out?" Sword Empress nodded, her gaze drifting to Yang Tian with a knowing smile. "That's fine with me." "Yang Tian, are you alright with that?" Yang Tian shrugged, his tone nonchalant. "If Lian Hua wants to return to the clan, there's no other choice. I'll go along then." Sword Empress clapped her hands, her face radiant with joy. "Great, then it's settled." But the happiness didn't last long. Sword Empress suddenly narrowed her eyes, looking at Lian Hua, who stood innocently nearby. Lian Hua flinched, a chill running down her spine. "Master, what's wrong?" Sword Empress chuckled, her tone serious. "Lian Hua, looking at you in the sunlight, it seems you've gotten a bit chubbier. Haven't you?" The words struck like an arrow to the heart. Lian Hua flushed with embarrassment, waving her hands. "What? Oh, Maybe I was so busy worrying about my useless master that I neglected my training. I'm so sorry. Yang Tian, standing behind, struggled to stifle a laugh, his mouth twisting and his eyes glinting with amusement. But before he could savor the moment, Sword Empress turned to him with a casual tone. So, Yang Tian, why don't you spar with Lian Hua to see how she fares? Yang Tian froze, his mouth agape. What? I have to fight her? Why? His three rapid questions shattered his social composure. Sword Empress smiled, her eyes twinkling with intent. Starting tomorrow, I'll personally train you again. But for now, let's warm up a bit. Lian Hua panicked, waving her hands. Master, I can warm up on my own. But before she could say more, Sword Empress quickly covered her mouth. No more chatter. Hurry and follow your brother. Soon, the two stood in a quiet forest. The air taut like a drawn bowstring. Lian Hua held her sword, facing Yang Tian, her expression tinged with worry. Are we really fighting? Yang Tian sighed, weary. What, you think it's a joke? This is a spar. Come at me with all you've got. Lian Hua nodded, though her heart still harbored doubts about her own strength. After those words, she charged forward with full speed, her wooden sword gripped tightly. In that moment, memories flooded back, pulling Lian Hua into reflection. That winter, when snow blanketed the ground and the cold pierced to the bone. Lian Hua had sat before Yang Tian, her voice choked with emotion. Brother, why don't you ever talk to me? Yang Tian pretended not to hear. Continuing to eat. You're pretending again. Pretending what? Mother's been missing for days. Father doesn't care. And you don't seem to either. This is too much. Yang Tian replied calmly. Quiet down and eat first. Unable to hold back, Lian Hua gritted her teeth and shouted. Hey, how can you act like this? Mother's gone. Did you just call me, hey? Yes, I did. Tears streamed down her cheeks. We don't know where mother is or when she'll return. Yet you can still eat? Don't you worry at all? Yang Tian's grip tightened, his heart aching. In a surge of anger, he flipped the table and roared. Damn it, if you're at the table, stop that crying nonsense. I've said I don't know where mother is. I've told you, haven't I? Why do you keep asking questions that drive me mad? Stepping toward her, his eyes cold, he said, Mother's dead, all right? Our mother is dead. Does that make you feel better? Lian Hua's eyes filled with despair. Did father kill her? I don't know. Go ask the clan leader yourself if you want answers. Don't ever think of mother again. Just shut up and live quietly. He warned one last time. If you dare act so insolent again, even if you're my sister, I won't hold back. Those words had seared into the young girl's mind, burdened with deep resentment. Back in the present, the spar continued. I resented brother so much back then. I thought staying at Huashan would let me forget mother, brother, and that cursed Yang clan. For me, master was enough family. But in a fleeting moment, the sight of her brother's back stirred Lian Hua's thoughts. The fight ended, and Lian Hua collapsed, exhausted, her breathing ragged, sweat soaking her hair, her face smudged but her eyes still proud. Yang Tian stood opposite, unscathed, not a speck of dust on him. TCH, that was pathetic, but you've got some strength. And your sword works quick. Sword Empress trained you well. Lian Hua closed her eyes, letting the forest breeze sweep through her hair. Brother, do you think we can go back to how things were? Her question fell like a stone into a still lake. Yang Tian paused, then walked away. What are you saying, kid? It's far too late for that. Guilt shadowed his face. He didn't want her entangled with him. Risking her life, he turned and left, his figure fading into the morning mist. Lian Hua sat there, her eyes dry but filled with endless, dark despair, yet a fierce spark of determination stirred within her. She murmured, but he didn't say it's impossible.